Yo, you know, I always say, right, I don't judge or grudge. I don't grudge anybody for their money and their material things. Some people you see are foreign, I drive them nice Bimmer and them Benz, and you wonder, well, how come you're thriving so well? And you don't know they're into all kinds of madness. You see, this immigration thing is nothing to play with. Especially under this administration, it's nothing to play with. Yes, people have done it before. But remember, we have a saying in Jamaica, puss and dog no have the same luck. Alright? Welcome to SouFLoTV again, everybody. It's your host with the most. And this is a story about someone that got caught arranging these marriages. Alright? So you play a part in this. Let me tell you something. I've been in the US for a long time now, okay? Traveling between Jamaica and other places. But I've been here for a while. And I've had the opportunity and I've been confronted or contacted before asking, you know, you can find somebody for me pay a thing, you know, and this, I wanted no parts to do with it simply because it seemed a bit too complicated for me. Now I'm realizing that it's actually really just a criminal act and I didn't want any part of it. Anyways, I earn my bread honestly, and I'll continue to keep it McCabe and talk because this story gets very interesting. Stick around for the story. I continue to earn my bread honestly because it allows me to sleep good at night. When I have to be paranoid, I'm be worried about who's coming and when what is going to fall apart and leave me per out a roadside, right? So check this out. I'm giving all the names and documents, receipts and everything. So John H. Durham, and this can be found at dmlnewsapp.com. So John H. Durham, United States Attorney for the District of Connecticut. Jason J. Molina, Acting Special Agent in charge of Homeland Security Investigations in Boston. And Christopher W. Fonda, Supervisory Immigration Officer for U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services, Office of Fraud Detection and National Security, announced that Jodianne Stevenson, I saw them print out your name in the newspaper, I know. Jodianne Stevenson, also known as Jodianne Gordon, 35 years old of Bridgeport, Connecticut, pled guilty today in New Haven Federal Court to a conspiracy charge stemming from her arrangement of numerous fraudulent marriages so that non-U.S. citizens would receive a U.S. immigration benefits. They caught her. And I'm telling you, I said this before, everybody is gangster until you stand. If you ever been in one of them interrogation rooms, that light, I'm under one of those lights right now, that light is so hot when it's burning and those questions are stinging and those threats and those serious faces, and it's cold as hell in there, and if you don't have a jacket or they turn the heat up and make it hot as hell in there, you feel like stripping. You're just confused. You start tell so much, y'all start tell by your mother. When my mom came here in the 70s and she came illegally and everything, she lived around now 24/7. Yo, I'm telling you, the pressure is real. So according to court documents and statements made in court, Stevenson operated Stevenson Immigration and Legal Services, LLC, in Bridgeport, a legitimate business front setup. Operated Stevenson Immigration and Legal Services, LLC, between 2011 and 2017. Stevenson conspired with others to arrange 28 sham marriages between U.S. citizens and non-citizens residing in the U.S. for the purpose of the non-citizens applying for and obtaining lawful permanent residence status, also known as green cards. So in other words, she arranged a bunch of marriages, 28 in total, and I want you to do your math. Pull up your calculator real quick because you're going to get into some numbers. She arranged 28 marriages that they know of and can prove, right, for people to basically get green cards. Come into the country and get a green card. How exactly did she do this? Who is she? Who is she related to? She a Jamaican. Let's put it that way. If I hang we in the red. Alright, so here we go. One of the 28 sham marriages was between Stevenson herself, who is a citizen of Jamaica, and a U.S. citizen. So Stevenson, hot girl, come from Jamaica. She married a Yankee when she come here. Rare citizen, straighten out our paperwork and thing, and boom, set up our business. Stevenson and Immigration LLC. Alright? And Stevenson Immigration and Legal Services LLC. Her legitimate business she set up. She came through Jamaican citizenship. She found a Yankee, married him, set up her own immigration business, and started doing business. Let me pause for a second and say this. If you're from Jamaica or any place outside of the US and you come to the US and you set up a business, be careful of your dealings, okay? Because they will be sending agents. I once met a youth in England when I was in the UK, and this brother told me that he got busted with a whole bunch of cocaine, and how he didn't get back to Jamaica was, this is barbershop talk, you know, how he didn't get back to Jamaica was he agreed, because he was like, yo, I come from a bad place in Jamaica, man. I don't want to go back, you know, and I've been here since I was like a teen, innit? And man is big man now, so he didn't want to go back to where he came from, the poverty life he came from in Jamaica. So he made a deal with law enforcement officials in England to infiltrate Jamaicans that were coming into London area and dealing drugs. His job was to hand them people that were on the heavy side of things. They didn't want no small time nickel and dime dealers. They want big things, right? So he even told me stories of some missions he had to go on, like, man, out in the waters way late at night. It's dark out there, blood. And you say to yourself, innit, if these people ever suspect, they leaving you out there in the waters, you know, dead, bleeding, because they're not taking you back and they're going to discipline you and all this. I'm going to say, damn, my youth, you put yourself through some real things just to stay in the UK. And now you're forever indebted to these people. You say, yeah, it's better than going back to Jamaica and living that kind of life he was living. I said, wow. Wow. So the reality of all that, I don't knock a person. Try to be better. I'm just saying, if you can avoid all the illegal activities, then please do so, because it always ends bad. Okay, so for each of the other 27, herself being number 28, or herself being one of the 28, I'm guessing she was the first one, because then she went ahead and set up her business and all that. For each of the 27 fraudulent marriages, Stephen found and introduced a U.S. citizen to be the non-citizen's purported spouse. And she even helped, so she is the ringleader, the boss lady. They have it documented in court as it's explained by prosecution. She was the one that found the people. So she drive through the hood or whatever, and she meet up and she like, yo, come here, you want to make some money? Yeah, but you gotta marry somebody though, but boom, 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 this how it go. I'm gonna put a lot of money in your hands, but you gotta hold it down till all the paperwork go through. Bam, 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 and people are like, yeah, I'll do it, and they don't have to live at my house or nothing. Okay. She went, found the citizens to marry the non-citizen, to obtain the marriage license. She even helped the couple to obtain the marriage license. She also organized the marriage ceremonies and the celebrations. So she's there with the camera like, you gotta make it look real. She coached the couple on how to make their marriage appear to be genuine, despite their neither living together nor otherwise intending to remain actually married. So she, at the ceremony after the wedding, you know what I'm saying, this is where we gonna turn up. She there with them. She makes sure it looks legit. It looks like a genuine celebration with friends and family members and everything. She put the package together, all right? But these people had no intentions of being together. They just wanted their paperwork, and one side just wanted their money. As a part of the scheme, Stevenson prepared several immigration documents needed as part of the non-citizen's LPR application. She had the applicant and the spouse sign the documents, and in many cases, mailed the documents to the U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services, that's USCIS, Services Immigration Authorities for the applicant. ICE is an arm of this organization. You're brave. Alright? In some cases, they're saying that Stevenson or her assistant prepared other false documents for the couple, such as a false lease that portrayed the couples living together and both of our names are on the lease and all this other stuff. Damn, she went far. All that, see, common sense would have told me that all that stuff is easy to look up and see that it doesn't exist. But some people, when they're in, they're all in. Now grab your calculators. This is the part that you need it for. That's why I'm going to say, don't judge nobody when you see them with them big money and nice Benz and Beamer and thing. Just go and live in your lane, kick your rocks down the road, and stop your sorrows, because one day if you work hard, better must come. That's it, right? Alright, so Stevenson typically charged $17,000 to $20,000 US to complete this process for a non-citizen, and the citizen spouse would receive between $2,000 to $4,000 for his or her participation. This was bound to fall apart. This was bound to fall apart. What am I saying? This was bound to fall apart. Especially if I find out that you collecting 20 G's on a deal and y'all give me $2,000. I take man for coffee. So this was bound to fall apart. Stevenson typically charged between $17,000 and $20,000. Now I want you to go to the lower end of it. Everybody have a smartphone with a calculator. Say 17 grand, right? 17,000 times 27. Do your mathematics. You made some real money. Alright? So $17,000 to $20,000 is what she charged. And she typically gave the spouse who received that, the citizen spouse, $2,000 to $4,000. During the investigation, Stevenson offered to arrange a sham marriage for a federal law enforcement agent. Jesus Christ, God Almighty, son of yo. During the investigation, Stevenson offered to arrange a sham marriage for a federal law enforcement agent working in an undercover capacity, and helped to obtain a green card for the undercover agent in exchange for a proposed fee of $20,000. In recorded conversation, Stevenson then introduced the undercover agent to a U.S. citizen and advised them about the ways that they could create the appearance that they are validly married and living together as husband and wife. So, okay, people who were going to try to defend her would start out by saying stuff like, okay, but how them know that she did all that, intricate details of all that? I think they're just trying to pin that on her. You see how they roll. You see how they roll. They watch for years, baby. They actually sent in an undercover agent, and she took that undercover agent through the whole process. Yeah, man, I will find the person for you. I will arrange the marriage for you. I'll even set up the after party for the marriage, the reception. We'll do the pictures. It'll be legit. I could even have the lease made up to where both of your name are on the lease. That means you're living in the same place, you know, all this stuff. Not knowing it's an undercover agent. From people out there who have been on the wrong side of the law before, this is like similar to, or we've seen it in movies because we've never done it. This is similar to an undercover drug agent, and you're the person that passed off the kilo of cocaine to this undercover drug agent after he duped you into thinking he just a hood nigga that wanted to do a drug deal. Now you are in prison because you just sold all this drugs to an undercover agent, and everything that went on in that drug deal case is going to be used against you in the court of law. Alright? It's the same thing that's going on with her right here. Stevenson pled guilty to 1 count of conspiracy to commit immigration marriage fraud. She faces a maximum term imprisonment of 5 years when she is sentenced by U.S. District Judge Michael P. Shea in Hartford. A sentencing date is not even scheduled as yet. She is still in confinement. Stevenson has been, oh, no, she's not. She has been released on a $250,000 bond since her arrest in June of 2018. So she was able to make bond, $250,000 bond, and she is out. 6 other individuals involved in the scheme previously also pled guilty, and I'm guessing this is why her name came up. Because if out of 27 people, 6 of them have been caught, or 10 have been caught and 6 pled guilty and told the same story, they're coming after you. And that's what happened here. So on December 5th, 2018, Devin Lawrence of Milford, who operated Donovan's Accounting Services LLC in Bridgeport, also pled guilty in his role in this conspiracy. In addition, 4 U.S. citizens who entered into 1 or more fraudulent marriages with non-citizens and 1 non-citizen who entered into a fraudulent marriage with a U.S. citizen pled guilty. All of them are currently awaiting sentencing. Some people are so dunce. Listen, you keep marrying these people that are not citizens and applying for them to get green cards, and then as soon as they get the green card, you're divorcing and marrying somebody else. That's a big red flag within itself, right? All right. Now, let me just say this. Stevenson, released on bond with ankle monitor. She ain't going nowhere. She's going to stand to face the music unless she pop off the ankle monitor and run go Miami, and then from Miami dip go somewhere else. I don't know. But she is now awaiting her sentencing. One thing I'm for sure in this case is she's going to be a deportation case as well, because they have proven that her marriage is also a faulty marriage to a U.S. citizen. I don't know how they were able to prove that. I'm guessing, just like my other story, they caught her spouse, locked him in a room, and put the bright lights on him and put that heat to him. Look, you're looking at 5 years, bro. But we're going to give you immunity if you just let us know the truth. Was your marriage to Stevenson a sham or not? And he goes, yeah, it was, man. As long as I got immunity, sign right here, I will not be prosecuted. Okay, yes, it was. It was. I'm sorry. She paid me 5 G's up front. I did it. And boom. I'm sorry I did it. He's off the hook. But she's in deep doo-doo because now they have solid proof that her marriage was a sham as well. So she will also be deported after all that. Leave your story in the comment section or your comments in the comment section and tell me what you think about this one. It's SouFLoTV. Talk up the things them. I'm out. Peace.